That completes our coverage of sets. We're now going to move on to Python dictionaries. These are a new data structure. They have their own rules, and they are also a built-in type. They're a very important and powerful type that you'll be using frequently during your Python programming. So what are Python dictionaries? Well, again, they're just another way to contain data. They have many items in them. Each item consists of a pair of objects. So this is different. They're the most different data structure that we've looked at. They're probably the most complex, although they're not super complex. So they have these pair of objects for each item, and they are called a key value pair. So the first component of the item is the key. The second component is the value. Together, we call them key value pairs. Before we cover the syntax of the Python dictionary, I want to go through a real world analogy with an actual physical dictionary. So everybody knows what a dictionary is with words and definitions. So the analogy is that the key would be the word and the value would be the definition. So they are pairs. So in a real world dictionary, you could say each item in the dictionary is a key value pair where the key is the word and the value is the definition. So I just have some words over here and their definition. Aberration, condition markedly different from the norm. Cognizant, duress, maverick. And then to the right, we see their definition. So these are pairs, right? So we have our key is the actual word and the value is the definition. Another example, you can think of like stock market price. So here we have MSFT, that's just the stock ticker symbol for Microsoft, is paired with its value. This could just be the current value, say $140 per share. This is Apple paired to 170, Amazon paired to 3100, Tesla paired to 900. So each one of these are pairs, right? There's two components. The first component is the ticker symbol. The second component is the stock price. All right, now, so you've seen some real world examples. Let's move on to actual Python dictionaries. The official Python documentation likes to refer to dictionaries as mappings. So a mapping from a key to a value, just like we have over here. Microsoft is mapped to 140, Apple is mapped to 170, and so forth. So you will be hearing this term from time to time if you program in Python long enough, and especially if you read the official documentation. So a mapping from a key to a value. How are dictionaries created? Well, they are created with curly braces. This is the same as set, so it's a little confusing at first since they use the same curly braces. But as you'll see, there is going to be a colon that separates the key and value. So I've actually done that up here. Notice I have a colon over here between the stock ticker symbol and the value, and then a colon here between the word and the definition. So that's what will be used when we create Python dictionaries. The key and value will be separated by a colon, and then each item will be separated by a comma. So that is the same as a list, as a set, and as a tuple. That is no different. And one thing to note is that each key maps to exactly one value, and you cannot have repeated keys. So the keys will be unique. All right, let's go ahead and see how this works. We're going to create a simple dictionary here of mapping letters to numbers. Okay, so again, we're going to begin with curly braces. So it's going to look just like a set. And I'm going to create a string A, and I'm going to map it to, just say its numerical place in the alphabet, 1. I could have the string B and map it to 2, comma, let's go like say Y is mapped to 25, Z is mapped to 26. All right, let's take a closer look. So this dictionary has 4 items. So the entire item is the entire key value pair. So this time the pair, this is the key part, and this is the value. So the key is the string, a 1-character string A, and it maps to, that's what the colon essentially means. That joins the key and the value. So that's the key value pair, or separates, I should say, the key and the value. So A is mapped to 1, and then you see a comma. That's important. That's how you break up, separate the items. B is mapped to 2, comma, Y is mapped to 25, comma, and Z is mapped to 26. And then you have the closing curly brace like this. Okay, so I'm going to just assign this to the variable name D for dictionary, and let's output it to the screen. And you can see it looks exactly like we just put it in. And as I like to do, let's verify the type, make sure we have a dictionary. So it doesn't say dictionary, it says dict like this. So that is the formal type is dict. And we have verified that it is not a set, it is a dictionary. Okay, let's do one more example over here. And let's create a real world dictionary as a Python dictionary. So let's go back over here. I'm just going to copy and paste this to show you how easy this is. So I will say this, I'm going to create a dictionary. I'm going to put curly braces at the beginning, at the end. I'm now going to wrap each one as a string. So I am going to make them strings. So the key over here will be a string. The value will be another string like this. And then I'm going to separate by a comma. So that is one entry into the dictionary. And I'm just going to keep doing this and do it again for each word and each definition. Let's make sure I have a comma at the end. I have to have a comma. And I can do this on multiple lines because I'm inside of these curly braces. That allows me to go onto a new line without having to use a backslash. All right, so just tidying it up here. So this is a dictionary. Now it's a Python dictionary. So I've transformed this real world dictionary into a Python dictionary. Make sure the syntax is correct, and it is. So here's the first item, right? So it has the key aberration, and it has this as the definition, and so forth. So here's the next item, which is the key, and this is the definition. So there are 4 items in this dictionary, just like there are 4 items in this dictionary. All right, so that is a basic introduction to Python dictionaries and how to create them.